We first saw the light in Canada, the land beloved of God. We are the pulse of Canada, its marrow and its blood. And we, the men of Canada, can face the world and brag that we were born in Canada beneath the British flag. That is one of the verses in Pauline Johnson's poem, Canadian Born. Pauline Johnson is a First Nations person who wrote poetry to stand up for her Indigenous and women's rights. At a young age, she was already familiar with many different literacy works and eventually began writing her own. She really enjoyed writing poetry, so she continued with that. Her poetry became very famous around Canada and was published in magazines and even her own books. Pauline Johnson wrote mostly about Indigenous stereotypes and living in the wilderness. She wrote to stop criticism about her culture. Although Pauline Johnson was very famous, many critics still challenged her identity as a First Nations person because her adulthood was spent away from her Mohawk culture. Pauline Johnson was very popular in Canada and other places of the world as well, and she will always be remembered for her amazing poetry. Here I have a small book about Pauline Johnson with a couple of her poems in it. I can recite another verse from one of her poems as well. This one is called Lullaby of the Iroquois. Little brown baby bird, singing to sleep, winging to sleep, singing to sleep. Your wonder black eyes that so wide open keep, shielding their sleep, unyielding to sleep. The heron is homing, the plover is still. Afar the fox barks, afar the stars peep. Little brown baby of mine, go to sleep.